everyone, and this is Didi again. This is Dawn Daybreaker of the King of Pentacles, and I would like to welcome you to our new video, which is titled PC Fortune Telling or Playing Cards Fortune Telling. So as I promised in our previous video, in our introductory video, that we will be sharing with you the tips of how to become playing cards fortune teller. Okay, so like everybody can buy their playing cards, and it's very cheap, and you can straight away practice it. All right, so for this video we will start with the suit of the hearts. We have in the suit of the hearts, by the way, the suit of the hearts are all about love and emotion. Just like in the tarot, we also have the suit of cups. So if the diamonds correspond to pentacles, this one corresponds to cups. Okay, so the cups correspond to the heart. Okay, so we have here, I made another marker right there, the red one, and you have the ace of hearts. Literally, it means a new love, a new beginning in your love relationship, or a new love coming into your life, or maybe, starting again with your present love or your old love. So it's something about beginning something, going into a new stage in a relationship. When it comes to money and finances, it means you become excited, you become emotionally invested in your new money ideas, or in new let's say new ideas when it comes to securing more money or working things. Or maybe if it's an old work, it means it's like you may find being in love again, starting again, being emotionally involved. Okay, so that is the ace of hearts. Now when it comes to money and finances, we already discussed that. But money and finances, when it comes to health, literally it means the opening of the heart. So heart is literally all about the heart, or physical heart, all about the nerves. I mean, especially those where water flows into, like the intestines and also stuff, the blood vessels, the veins and also stuff. It means that there is an element of newness. Something new is coming on. Something is being renewed. Okay, so if someone has a very challenging health condition, so it's being renewed, health in your health, having a renewed health. Okay, so that is the ace of hearts. Next, we have the two of hearts. Now again, I placed there a marker, and we have two hearts. So literally here, when you draw this card, it's telling you okay, it's time to let go. It's time to move forward. You lost something. You lost maybe a part of your life, a part of your heart. You feel like you have lost something. But then, don't worry, because it means there is a possibility of somebody coming into your life to replace what is old. Or two, there is a possibility also of reconciliation. For you may have thought, or the person may think, that you have lost this person, or things are over and done with. But then there is a possibility also of reconciliation, of being upright again, or being alive again. So the two of hearts is telling us you need to open your heart. You need to open our hearts to the possibility of forgiveness, to the possibility of moving on, or the possibility of emotional renewal. When it comes to money and finances, the two of hearts is basically telling us, okay, are we being dragged into a new business or going to a business, but we have been convinced emotionally, even though we haven't researched our facts yet. So when you do the two of hearts, don't do that. You need to be very practical. Don't, just because something feels good emotionally and that you have been convinced that, okay, this is how you feel about it. When you draw the two of hearts here, basically it's telling you that you need to become quite careful with where you give your money just because you are emotionally convinced that this opportunity or this venture is very good for you. You need to have the facts, because if not, there is a possibility of losing, of course. Now, in Chinese system, in Feng Shui, water is a symbol of emotion, and money and finances. So, quite be careful about that. Okay, there's also a possibility of having a partner or someone close to us. So when we have the Two of Cups when it comes to money, or the Two of Hearts when it comes to money and finances, so again, you have to think. You need to balance between your needs and the needs of your partner, someone you're close to. Okay, so that is the Two of Hearts. Next, we have the Three of Hearts. Okay, so the Three of Hearts here, quite clearly, we see two hearts upright. They're standing they're aligned, and then one is literally upside down. And I made another marker there also. And basically the Three of Hearts is telling us, okay, we need to be aware that there is happiness, there can be celebration in our lives, or we can have sorry for the dogs, right? So here, literally, we need to celebrate, okay? Because we're already together with another person. Not strictly it means two. You could be three, you could be a group of 3, 4, 5, or 6. But still the idea is that when you look at these two upright hearts, that they are aligned, it means, and this heart here, the only one that is reversed, okay, it means that you have to ask yourself, are you isolating yourself? Are you segregating yourself from what is happening around you, from the celebration around you? Or if it's also vice versa, meaning that you're already aligned with another person or with a group, but there is one or several people that are, not contributing or not in alignment. So you need to ask if which one is being referred to which person is being referred to, okay, by the Three of Hearts. So with the Three of Hearts, we're being asked if we can be in a celebratory mood, even though these things are happening in our lives, okay? Even though some people are either segregating or they are quite being reserved, they have their own opinions. So you need to look at those, and you don't have to take it quite personally, for example. But the Three of Hearts, in general, this is celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries of all kinds, okay? This is a very, very good card if you're expecting, or you may be waiting for a possible result or message, okay? So now let's go to the Four of Hearts. Now I know since before that, I know that since I started with the Ace of Diamonds until this point, I'm leaving some of for example, some aspects like love, relationship, money, finances, health, like that. So please remember that these are just what do you call this, basic, very, very basic information about the playing cards when it comes to fortune telling, okay? But later on in our upcoming videos, in our future videos, we will discuss them. We will give them sufficient time or sufficient video for each aspect. Now we go to the sorry, I am chewing. It's actually ginger here for my throat. Okay. So the Four of Hearts right here, I made another marker there. So there are two upright and two reversed, okay? So basically, what does it mean? What does this mean? So when we receive the Four of Hearts, literally it's telling us, okay, our choices are equally balanced, Okay, we want to do something, but we are being pulled to do something else. It's like they are totally balanced and we cannot move. We are not able to move properly because of either too many choices, or we don't want the choices being presented to us. So here, it's like emotionally we are pulled in two directions. We want to move forward, and yet we also want either to stay where we are or to, go back, move back to the things that we're quite comfortable with. Okay, so the Four of Hearts is telling us, when we draw this card, that it's okay, stop for a while. You need to analyze why you feel this way about a certain situation in your life. If you don't want the offer, what is being offered to you, or what you are feeling, for example, then you need to think carefully, because 4 is also the card of being practical. So is the reason why you don't want to move forward is because you just don't want it, but it's what you need. As what I've said earlier in my other videos, there is a difference between what we want and what we need. It may not necessarily that what we want are the things that what we really need. But later on, the things that we need, if we concentrate on the things that we need, we may feel that we may come to realization that these are actually the things that we really want, the things that we need. Okay, so for example, what do I mean by that? I mean, for example, okay, I want to play all day. Okay, for those who have their own personal computers and you want to play all day, it's fine. Okay, but if, for example, if you're living alone and you're trying to be self-sufficient, you know that playing all day, if you don't have sufficient money or budget anymore, will not be good for you. So even though you want to play all day, but you need to be practical, because 4 is the number of practicality. It's the number of very practical when it comes to your savings and budgeting, for example. So emotionally, you may want something, but actually it's not what you need. So playing something is good all day if you have the luxury of playing, because you have enough money, you have enough finances, and if you have enough supporters or backers. But if you don't, then it's time to be quite practical. So set it aside, focus on the things that you need to learn, you need to practice, you need to train for, so that later on, when you have more money and more finances and more experience, then you can do the things that you want. So basically, the 4 of Hearts is telling us that, hey, emotionally, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. Okay, because you may feel you're being pulled in different direction. So if this is an advice card, for example, if this is the final card, or the last card, or the future card, means stop for a while, don't make any decision, make decisions only after you have given your careful thought to whatever issue it is you're dealing with. Next, the 5 of Hearts. Okay, and again, I made a marker right there. So the 5 of Hearts is telling us we have 3 upright hearts, we have 2 reverse hearts. What does it mean? Literally, it's the card of moving past our disappointments, right? Because 3 is the card of movement, of moving again to other people, or being open to other people, to other groups of people. 3 is of socializing, while 2 is being kept in a relationship. But since it is reversed here in the upright, the 2 hearts are there. So either you have been disappointed in love, or your partner has been disappointed in love, or you're both disappointed in love, or you're both disappointed. Now with the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Diamonds here is telling you, you need to get over it. Not everything is lost. There's a lot of great possibilities in store for you. Possibilities of having new relationship, or resolving your misunderstanding, and going forward in life. Because after all, 3 is the number of being open to groups of people, being open to new experiences, while heart is literally your emotions, your love, your interests. So here, the Five of Hearts is telling you you need to be ready to move forward. If you can totally forget the past, then learn from the past and make it your next platform to a higher level. Okay? So learn from the past. If you don't want to throw it, it's fine. But you need to learn from the past so that you're not going to repeat this pattern in the future. Learn something from it. Okay? So next, we have the Six of Hearts. Okay, so the Six of Hearts, we have 4 on top and 2 reverse. Okay, so basically 4 is becoming stable in our relationships. Now 6 is a number of harmony in all kinds of relationships. It could be personal relationships, being harmony with your relatives, your friends, your associates. And it's 4 there. So 4 again is a number of stability. So it means look at where you have invested for not only months, years. Have you been friends with people for how many years already? Okay? So are these people are still in your life? Because if not, there is a possibility of meeting these people again in the near future. Or you may deal with people that is connected with your past, as evidenced by the 2 of Hearts that are reversed. But since it is reversed, it means either you or that person may have a misunderstanding. But as time goes on, you get to realize that, time heals all wounds. So when you meet each other sometime in the future, maybe months from now or years from now, then you get to reminisce the past. You get to understand that, you have a lot to build on. So it's a card of, of building a new emotional connection out of the old connections that we had in the past. Also, the 4 hearts here in the 6 of Hearts upright is reminiscent of how many hearts have we held in our lives. How many hearts? So the hearts could either be the hearts of the young people, the hearts of the young at heart, our elders or old people. Okay, the fact that we become familiar with them, and not only us, we are already our affection is emotionally stable. What I mean by emotionally stable, it means that we're already quite familiar with them, and they're already quite familiar with us. Excuse me. I feel like coughing. Alright, because I'm just recovering from my sore throat a number of days ago, actually. So here, as I was saying, actually, the 6 of Hearts is telling us, yes, there is a possibility of connecting from one's past and moving forward from all the heartaches. Okay? Next, we have the 7 of Hearts. Okay, so the 7 of Hearts is telling us, rather, that there, I made a marker again. There are 5 hearts on top and there are 2 hearts below. So 5 is again all about changes in our love, in our relationship. If the 6 of Hearts is all about being familiar, being stable, being, secure in your relationships, this one is basically telling you that, your world doesn't revolve all around your friends and your families. There are many more opportunities out there. You just have to be open. However, you need to take note that the 5 of Hearts, the 5 is actually a number of disruption. Why? Because it disrupts the stability of the 4. It is in the middle. So there's a possibility either of, okay, you are already established in a relationship, you feel comfortable with this person, but suddenly you meet a new guy, a new girl, or suddenly a new opportunity came into your life, and you didn't expect this, but you started contemplating, you started thinking that this may be a new opportunity for you to move forward. So be careful, because not all opportunities are good. You may end up also losing either an object, or either money or finances, or relationships that you have invested on for not only days or weeks, maybe months or years. Okay, so this card is telling you to think very carefully. If you have too many options, pick one and then make a research on it and look at all the practicalities first. Okay, do not multitask. This is the card of a possibility of being disillusioned. So this is okay for creators, just like the Seven of Cups. If you are a creator, if you are a visionary, if you work in a creative field, for example, this card is a very good card for creative people. But if you are asking about a job or a relationship, things that can be practical, you need to be practical about. The Seven of Hearts is not a good card for being practical. Okay, so you need to stick to one, and you need to be very careful with your options and your choices. Okay, so that is the Seven of Hearts. Next, we have the Eight of Hearts. Okay, this time 5 hearts are upright and 3 are reversed. Okay, right there. So here it's very, very clear that 8 is the number of power, of riches, of prosperity. So when we have this card, literally, okay, either it's time for you to ask yourself, where are you already rich at? Are you rich in friendship? Do you have a lot of friends? Do you have a lot of skills and talents? Do you have a lot of acquaintances that can be of help to you? However, not all of them can be quite good. And then later on you will discover that you need to move forward again. Why? Because as you can see, there are now 3 hearts that are reversed down there. See? And you have 5 hearts that are upright. So again, 5 is the number of change, the number of disruption to our habits, to our routines. Whether these are friends that we have known for a long time, relationships that we have invested for a long time. Then we have the 3 of Hearts reversed. So 3 is the number of socialization, being open, and going from one place to another. And then you have 3 hearts that are reversed. Basically, it means, well, there is no perfect relationship. So sooner or later, if you get to be disappointed in a relationship and you want to forget everything and just to move forward, yes, it's an option for you. It's an option. You will learn something from it. It's very hard, but in the end, you will learn something of value, and that it will make you realize that there are certain things about yourself that if you didn't move on from this relationship, you will not recognize it. You will only be prolonging your agony. So I don't like the 8 of Cups or the 8 of Hearts. I don't like when it comes to relationship question, because it means the relationship will, if not end sooner or later, it means it will go through a lot of changes. Okay, and those changes are mostly not to your own liking. Okay, so it's like an educational process, but it's a very bitter, a very heart-wrenching experience. So it's better that you get to learn already and be realistic with your relationships. Okay, after all, 8 is a number of power. After all the heartaches and the pain that you will go through, you will become stronger. You'll become more powerful. The ability, your self-confidence will become stronger because of your suffering, because of what you will suffer, what you have suffered from. Okay, so this is the 8 of Hearts. Next, we have the 9. Right, we have the 9 of Hearts. Actually, in the tarot, the 9 of Hearts is a great card. It means the fulfillment of one's wishes. But here, quite clearly, it's different. Right, how different? So again, let's look. There are 5 hearts, okay, with 1 now, not in the middle, but slightly below. And there are 4 hearts right there that are totally reversed. So again, what is 4? 4 is again stability. Hearts is all about love and relationship. So 4 what you have built upon, either a relationship, having a relationship with people for many years. And then you have 5 right there, the 5 of hearts, upright. And moving forward, okay? Being open to new things. So it literally is saying, but this time if you're gonna look at it, it's in between the 4 reverse hearts, and the 4 upright hearts. What does it mean? It means that by learning from all your bitter experiences, from all the not so good experiences, and from those that you have, what you have right now, the relationships that are good for you, that you have going in your life, the good relationships, and those that you have lost in those other relationships, the lessons, the knowledge that you have gained. Once you get to learn from all your bitter experiences, from the heartaches, from your sorrow, and get to apply what you have learned from your previous painful relationships, then your present as well as your future relationships is guaranteed. They're guaranteed to work out in your favor. Why? Because you have learned already. But of course, if you have learned, yes, you will enjoy still, but it is temporary. Because remember, ultimately, that the heart is a symbol of water. And water is, there are times when water is stationary, times when water is moving. But water will never move unless it is moved by an outside force. So it means something outside is going to come into your life and, will either move things forward for you, or you may find yourself moving forward. Either your own will, by your own volition, or by, being, having no choice rather about something. So which one? It's up to you. But generally, the 9 of hearts is quite associated with the 9 of cups, which is having your wish to your heart's content. But beware, there is a saying, be careful what you wish for. It might just come true, and then you will realize it's not really what you want. It may not be what you need. Okay, what you want may not be what you need. Okay, or what you really need, it may not be what you want, but it's exactly what you need. Okay, so that is the 9 of hearts. Next, we go to the 10 of hearts. All right, so here we have literally 2 groups of hearts. We have the first group, the upright hearts with the heart in the middle, and then the second group, 5 hearts also with the heart in the middle, and they're all reversed. So what does it mean? Again, 10 is actually 10 is a transition number. Now when we have this in water, it means that when we have the 10 of cups, it's like transitioning from all your heartaches, changing from every painful experience to a great and wonderful experience, having a great and wonderful relationship. So it's a very, very good card actually. The 10 of hearts is a very, very good card when it comes to love and relationship. But again, is this it? Is this the card of happily ever after? No, I'm sorry to say. Although in the tarot card, the 10 of cups is, yes, it is the card of emotional happily ever after card. But here it is not. Because as you can see, they are equally divided. Which means that, yes, there is a possibility of having a great relationship, a great family life, or relationship life. But there is a possibility also of opposition, being opposed by other people that are very loved ones. Okay, so we don't have to look further. In everyday life, even our own blood relatives, those closest to us, we are not every day with roses and unicorns. There is no such thing as every day we are in total harmony with them. Every day there are some, no matter how minor, there is some slight, if not misunderstanding, then irritation that, I want this, I want this, I want that, but that's human nature. However, here it says, if you ask about if this is a long-term relationship and you draw the 10 of hearts, no, I'm sorry. But you can work through it, which means you need to bring the lessons that you learned from the past so that you will not repeat the cycle in the present and in the future. And if you want to have a great relationship, you just need to apply what you have learned from all the painful experiences. Okay? Next. The Jack of Hearts. Okay, so the Jack of Hearts corresponds to the Knight of Cups. So these are all water signs. So the water signs are the first water sign is Cancer. The second water sign is Scorpio. The third water sign is Pisces. So again, if you ask if this person can be what kind of person is this person, and you draw this, so you know that this person can be very emotional, can be very sensitive, can be quite caring, okay, can be quite expressive, which means this person might, cuddle with you, hold your hand, stuff like that. So very romantic type of person. And sorry, very sensitive too. Okay, so only be careful with this person because can be quite emotionally, an emotionally roller coaster. You may go through a emotional roller coaster with this person. Okay, but overall, the Jack of or the Jack of Hearts or the Knight of Cups in the tarot card is a very romantic, very loving, very caring card. All right, since it's upright, so these are all positive qualities. It's very, very good. Okay, so that is the Jack of Hearts. Next, we go to the Queen of Hearts. So the Queen of Hearts is all about being a mother, caring, caring for the needs of the children. So when you draw this card, it can either be your mother or your mother surrogate, somebody like a mother, or you being a mother or trying to become a mother or being motherly to other people. So the qualities of being a mother, being compassionate, has this card here. So if you ask about what kind of person is this, or who is this person that will influence my life, then more likely or quite likely it's either your mother or somebody who is very compassionate, very understanding, very loving. Okay, so that is the Queen of Hearts. Next, we have the King of Hearts. So the King of Hearts, on the other hand, this is a very fatherly figure. But the father is very gentle with the children, very loving, very understanding. If in a family, if you see the mother, the one hurting the children, disciplining making the children adhere to the rules. Okay, don't do this, don't do that. But the father would say, oh, it's okay, give them a break, and let them enjoy the day and everything like that. Then you know that this father has the energy of the King of Hearts, which is a father figure, very compassionate, very understanding. Okay, very, very tolerant of the needs of the children. Okay, and also by the way, the King of Hearts can also become either a very compassionate, very understanding lawyer or teacher, or somebody who is authoritative in authority, in a position of authority, but being very kind and being very open-minded and open-hearted. Okay, so that is the King of Hearts.